Hi. Hi. Morning. How is everyone? Oh boy, I need to check something, make sure everything went right. Music's down. You can hear me. Awesome. Perfect. Zin, how you doing? It is a J stream. Maham. Hello, Maham. Hi. How's everyone doing today? It is a J. It is a J. And all of you out there, I know the majority of you aren't former military or anything like that, but today is Memorial Day. Please, I hope that you would take even just a moment to recognize all the people who uh, who have given their life for this country, whether or not you agree with the military or not. Um, I just hope that you at least honor them for a moment, because even if we don't like the military, which nowadays I'm not really cool with, just for how some of the things have gone, I just it's important to me that we all have the same rights, freedoms because of all of this, that we're able to not agree with the military if you don't. And that's perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with it. I had to deal with it when I was in the military, people telling me that I was wrong for what I did, but they had that right to do it, and it was okay. But today we honor the people who have given their lives for this country so we can continue to live the life that we want to live. Exactly, Zen. We can. So please enjoy your day off, enjoy this holiday, and be safe out there. I wear this hat every year for my shipmate, my friend, who had passed away on this boat, the USS Nebraska. Uh, yeah, it'll never be a day that will ever be forgotten. It was a hard day, but it was something that was carved into all of us on that boat. So, anyways, yes, today's Monday Morning Mumbles. I've been off for the last few days. I really haven't been online or doing much of anything because I just kind of been, I guess, recuperating. Um, I've just felt really tired the last few days. I think I just felt drained. Um, so I just took my break for myself, and I feel better. Although this morning I did wake up with a bit of a headache, but I took care of that with water because I've already had a bottle. I've already had a full one of these. But I think it's mainly more because I just slept wrong. But I did get caught up on some shows. I got caught up on all of Age Minecraft's Zen. Zen, I can tell just a little bit. Just a little bit. Mom, go drink water. It's been a hot Memorial Day weekend. Not surprising. I think it's finally supposed to hit in the 90s where I'm at, like in the middle of the week. But then it's supposed to go right back down into the maybe mid 70s, low 70s, something like that. So it gets hot and then it goes right back down, which is weird, but sure. Mom, it's so cold here. Expecting a bit of rain today, thunder and lightning. Zen, I'm always excited for those things because for me growing up in Texas, I was used to lightning and thunder, and so anytime that it happens in Washington where I live, I'm excited. Like I go out and watch it because it's just not something that happens very often here. Hope you're all doing well. I really do. Artistic arithmetic. One day it'll get warm, Maham. It'll do it. It'll do it up in Jersey. I know it. Today on Monday Morning Mumbles, we got Colonel Iron, who did the testing of Morning Mumbles with me originally when I was just trying to get it set up and going through the idea of it, how I would do it, how I would position everything. It was warm. Yeah, right now we're in a weird area. Like most of the country is kind of up and down. yeah, Iron helped out. They volunteered to jump into a VC and do the voice chat and do a video call and everything. And so, uh, yeah. And now Iron is here officially on an episode of Monday Morning Mumbles, which is weird to say to me. Not Iron being on, me saying episode, because it's a weekly thing now, and it's odd. It's odd to me that I have something like this. Still strange when I call it that. Like, welcome to a new episode of Monday Morning Mumbles. Like, what? An episode? Do I have a series? This is weird. So everyone, please give a warm welcome, show all the love and chat for Iron again, who was like technically the first guest on Monday Morning Mumbles when I was getting it all set up. All right. There he is. How you doing, Iron?
Hello. Finally. Seems like such an excellent conversation. I'm stuck over here like I'm in muted hell.
That's true. How you doing today?
I'm doing quite well. I am still a wee bit exhausted from yesterday, but I'm perking up.
Good. So you're flying solo now in the wait, you're at Six Flags, right? In those shows?
Yes. I have been the training wheels have officially been taken off. I now roam through the park on my own doing all the shows.
Nice.
Yeah.
That they allow you that freedom. Like, be free, young one. Go.
Hello, chat. The funny thing is that they actually were completely caught off guard with how quickly I took to my job. So I think it was gonna be one more weekend, but my supervisor passed by during one of my shows, like, so I heard you got cleared on wildlife and Odin's Temple of the Tiger. Congratulations! Oh, by the way, you're off the training wheels now. Get to work. There was no official ceremony. The supervisor literally said something like that, and then that was that. I was cleared. Like on the spot.
Just immediately, good job. Here you go.
Okay, get to work.
Yes. What happened to the previous audio expert? I don't know.
We're taxed. We're like, there's only 3 of us all together, and one of which just got promoted to a lead. So he had this entire weekend, at least, it's been myself and one other techie running all the shows, like pretty much simultaneously. And our lead had to take care of anything that was happening on the main stage because he was the only one cleared to do it.
I
can do it, but I'm not cool enough yet.
Yeah, not yet. No, haven't reached that level.
Looks like both my mods showed up.
Nice. Welcome, Hoarding Horker. Could be layoffs as Disney had to let a lot of people go. Well, that's Disney though.
They kind of, you learn valuable skills, but you have to be there for a while before you can really get anywhere.
That's true.
Yeah,
I mean, being promoted is good. For me, I'm never curious enough to know what happened to the previous people. Like, it's like, I'm here now.
I mean, like, COVID definitely did not help the park at all.
Oh no, not for any park.
So like they were trying to recruit new talent, like new people. They were trying to see if the old crew would come back and continue working again. And when I got there actually was at least 4 techies, as I'm calling us. But one of them got a new job over at a place I tried to get a job at and never got a response back. As a technical director. So when I met the guy, I was like, you took my job!
You took the job that I was going for. How dare you?
Well, that was the joke. We had 2 different fields we were trying to do.
Okay.
It's like, I was more interested in the audio aspect, and he had, like, whatever he was doing. It was the same place, though, so the joke still worked.
Okay. It's been a while since I've been to a park. The last one I went to was 2 years ago with with my family to Disney World. So,
Ooh.
and even then, like having small children, it was really about the rides that they could all go on. So it wasn't any of the rides that I could do.
Oh yeah.
Like, because my wife would tell me, like, we'll wait here if you want to go ride on that ride. Like, no, I'd much rather do all the things that they want to do instead of you all just standing here while I wait in a ridiculous line to go ride this roller coaster.
I imagine if it was like a smaller line, then it wouldn't really matter as much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when it comes to a big line and having to force your family to wait,
no, I didn't.
I would sit there being like, this is no. This is not gonna be cool. You're gonna wait for an hour to see me pass by in like a few minutes.
Yeah. No,
It's
that'll
not
be
the
fine.
same.
So you think you went to Disneyland about 2 years ago as well? Awesome. Mainly go for shopping.
Awesome.
Glad to get in Disney. You getting a Disney free or half off? Ooh, that's great. And just it's
Yeah.
interesting to see any of the attractions and seeing what they've built. Some of the things that they build are just absolutely ridiculous.
And I got nothing but respect for it.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, the Imagineers live up to their names.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Like how and why did you fathom this in your brain? Like, how did that happen? Like, that's not something that would ever pop in my brain. Like some of the things that they come up with. Oh, stiff neck,
Yeah.
man. I must have slept really weird.
I slept like a rock. I was fighting heat stroke all day yesterday.
Oh, is you're
Not
wearing
really
what?
Easter.
I mean, what are you're wearing black out there in the sun? Oh,
Well, yeah, it's not usually an issue because we get to hide in the booths.
mm-hmm.
But I decided that because they were celebrating like Memorial Day weekend, and then they were combining it with another holiday, which was like a Asian American and Pacific Islanders something.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all Hawaiian themed as well.
Right.
And for yesterday, at least, we were allowed to wear Hawaiian shirts.
Okay.
And I decided that I was going to do it because I happen to have a black Hawaiian shirt.
There you go.
So my supervisor couldn't get upset with me for the fact that A, we were allowed to wear a Hawaiian shirt, and B, it was a black Hawaiian shirt. It was a double win.
Yep. I fit all criteria.
I fit all the criteria. It is 95% black. That was actually the only rule for shoes. It had to be 95% dark color.
Do I have? Yeah, I guess I have a pair of just all black shoes. So that would work.
The only downside to that particular Hawaiian shirt was that it was both a little tight in the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I think I finally put on some mass in my upper body from working out. So it was a little tight, and it was also not a very good breathing shirt.
Oh no. That never bodes well for especially an extended period of time of standing outside, and if you're dealing with heat or anything like that, if your body can't breathe, it's like, oh.
That's
Yeah, nah, I'm definitely in a spot where any clothing that I wear, like, no, it needs to breathe. I can't I can't have all that trapped. What else you got going on, Iron? You got work. They've let you off the training wheels with that.
They let me off the training wheels. I'm rapidly proving I can do a lot more than just be a show techie. There was times where I actually had to be a handyman, and my mentor, no longer mentor, now official co-worker, was like, we were trying to replace a light, not just like, like a spotlight, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that this spotlight was put in, it has to highlight the shark experience sign.
Okay.
But it has to be high enough off the ground so it doesn't blind people.
Mm-hmm.
And he was sitting there trying to get the screw out of it, like the left out of the base.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, crap, we're getting close to showtime. We can't, like, he's still trying to teach me Odin's Temple to Tiger at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided, well, what the heck, I'll try it. And what he couldn't do, I suddenly was able to do. And he looked at me like, "You actually got that?" I was like, "Yeah, they just never let me get to work."
Like, I could
It's like,
do it. Just
I will do it. If you give me the tools, I will figure out how to fix it. Because my degree encompasses all the areas of cinema. So it would be radio, television, and film, which
okay.
also includes lighting.
Yep,
So
you'll need that in there. Yep. Things that I wish that I would have known when I was younger, and coming out of high school, because that was definitely still during an age of people telling you, no, you need to go to college so you can get these kind of jobs. There wasn't anything about like, oh yeah, remember there's also audio engineering, there's also visual arts, there's also all of these other things like anything that you watch on TV or I mean the internet was still kind of coming around at that point. I'm still relatively young. Uh so it was interesting to me seeing all of that and hearing everyone nowadays like, oh yeah, I went to college uh for audio or for video or whatever it may be. Like, that was never presented to me ever. Like that's
it's really
and
sad in a way.
yeah, it really is because I had I known anything about that, I probably would have actually gone to college to do that.
My bless him, my father wanted to be a computer wizard, basically.
Mm,
And he was originally in the military
mhm.
as a Marine in the Airborne Division. And the sole reason why he left was because I was born. He did not want to risk a future where his son would not have a father.
Yeah.
So he retired and then he got into computer wizardry and he never finished college. I don't even think he got the chance to go. But everything that he can do now, all these college kids can't do. It's like he's had to train some of these fresh off the block college kids, and he's sitting there like just rubbing his temples like, how do you not know what you were working with?
Well, that's even in the field that I'm working in, and I'm a for my job title they consider us engineers. So I'm working as mechanical and electrical now, even though primarily I'm heavier into mechanical stuff. Uh, I've dealt with kids coming out of college and saying, "Oh, sorry, excuse me. Well, we didn't really get to do that, but technically you have a degree to work on this. Did you ever touch it
That's
when you were in college?" Well, no, we were mostly theory. Like what? But
that's the part that I keep laughing at is that these kids go to college,
mm,
they get this training, they get the piece of paper that
mhm.
I'll still call it a useless piece of paper sometimes. And then they go to these jobs and then they prove they can't do it.
Yep.
And here's my father who never got that piece of paper, who worked for Lockheed Martin, he worked for
Mhm.
Intel, he worked for the California Earthquake Society, he built police software from scratch.
Holy crap.
He's getting job offers from the military again, just like, hey, come help us with our cybersecurity division or something or other. Of which I cannot get into the specifics. Otherwise, I'll get in trouble and he'll get in trouble and I could be prison time. So.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You trained by state for medical field. Forgot to teach us stuff. Yeah, that's some of the problems with being some of these fields, like specifically medical, when they're teaching these things that there's some of it you're not going to learn until you're actually in a situation like that, and it it would be beneficial if some of these scenarios were like brought up in training. Like, hey,
Yes.
these are very rare, but this is a possibility of something that could happen. Just like for me being in an engineering field as far as being a mechanical and electrical. We've talked to our actual engineers, the people who don't visit our site at all, who are designing these buildings. Like, well, what kind of input do you have for it? So that thing right over there, that piece of equipment, like the access to it. Well, where is it? You put it against the wall, so I can't get to it.
God.
Like the tiniest a person has to be able to fit in there. Luckily, we have the tiniest a person here who is skinny enough to get into it. I go, but that when we need to actually work on it, like we don't have the best access to it. So maybe keep that in mind, that somebody actually has to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a huge issue in the Navy, but that was mainly because these things were built and then it was, oh shit, that doesn't work. So we need to do this. And so, but that piece of equipment is already in there. All right, well, we'll build around it. So then you have some valve that's kind of hidden underneath something because some other piece of equipment had to be put in at the last, as a last minute thing. Well,
yeah, I actually have a similar feeling with that Six Flags. I hate trash talking it. I really do. But it's just like I can just say that when you walk around the park, you'll probably have an idea of certain aspects of it.
mm-hmm.
It's kind of just plainly obvious.
Yeah, that goes around for. It's really difficult for me to let go of that now because of where I work. So anywhere that I go, I'm looking around for all of that, going, why would you do that? I don't understand.
It's like if you know the business when you like the business when you look at a light,
mm-hmm.
it'll become plainly apparent. So yeah, you would be one of those people that would be walking around. You'll notice something like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Those are just the dumb things I'm looking for. But and I'm not really looking for it. It's just I'll be looking around, going, and I'll see something. Go, well, why would you do that? I don't understand that. You hurt my brain.
My brain,
that.
It hurt now.
Government sector can be ridiculous amount of handing. Yeah, pretty much with the government sector. all of that. Like for the facility that I'm in is a brand new one, and so we're still partially under construction. And the other day, my co-worker and I were walking around the building, and just randomly we looked up and we noticed all this wiring that was just done completely wrong. It looked like a mess. It wasn't secured correctly. It was just, who the hell allowed this to happen? And why are we allowing it to happen? Like, what the? All right, cool. And then we kept looking because now that we've seen it, now we're going to dig deeper, and we find more and more things going, that's not per code. That isn't either. How the fuck did we allow any of this to happen?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then eventually,
that feels too.
Eventually it got to the point I'm like, you know what? I need to stop. I need to stop looking. We're going to go back to the shop. We're going to write up an email, and we're going to send this information out to the team, and we're going to make sure that the contractors get this information as well, and that they need to fix their shit. This can't happen.
Imagine the email is like, hey, contractor people, everyone who made this, come fix your shit, please.
Something along those lines. Just more words and just a tad bit nicer. Of course, I wasn't the one who sent it, because I would have easily said, the fuck is wrong with you? Come fix your shit.
Oh, hi, God.
And be an engineer and look at all the power lines. Maham, I don't even need to go there. I went to, when I was in Thailand, and there was just ridiculous. You knew who was the supervisor because they were standing 10 feet back. They had proper work boots on. They had a hard hat on and a vest, while all the other workers were either
not
in
have such a thing.
sandals, barefoot, no shirt.
Oh, that is painful. That is
like,
painful to hear, and I'm not even an engineer.
It was like, hey, that's the guy who's in charge right now. It's true, Maham. It really is. I mean, in Thailand has areas that are very developed, but the area that we were kind of in when we pulled in was kind of sort of, but you could definitely see all the power lines and everything that were just like, wow, this is what is going on here. And yeah, you would see people who just climb those poles and everything and just like, oh, here, I just need that tool. And like, wow. No Band-Aid can fix this. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Mom. Like, nope. Let's start over again.
That's painful. I'm not even an engineer, and I know the safety rules for when you're doing something like that.
It pains me when I see things like that now. It just like it physically hurts me when I see it. Like I know that they're not like they don't have the same rules and regulations as what we do, and some of the times that the rules that we have are a bit ridiculous. But
Hi, Dot.
You're at work, can't have the sound on. But hi Dot, how you doing? You're at work, can't have the sound on? No problem.
Speaking of Dot, so they allowed me to join the smaller server, as you know, JB.
Yes.
But when I did my introduction, give me a second so I can pull it back up and just read what I put down.
Yes, that's very true. Sometimes a tear down and complete redo is much better than just patchwork.
So what I wrote down for my introduction was he, him, wanting friends and conversation, hopelessly single, general RT fan, and gamer extraordinaire. Not long after I wrote that, Dot directly called me out and said, you forgot to put cutie in there.
I did see that.
So I went back in and I changed it to alleged cutie.
Alleged cutie. One plant had a fault and it took 3 or 4 other plants substation before it could be isolated. Oh, that's rough, Mom. Even in certain areas, like when I lived in Hawaii, that was still an issue too, because the grid wasn't very secure, and there would be random times that we would just have rolling brownouts. So it would just powers on, powers off, powers on, powers off, powers on, powers off. And being on a submarine, that's just so eventually
sounds like a lot of trouble.
It really is. And then where was the one place that we were in? Were we in Saipan? I think we were in Saipan. That power grid too. Just Guam was the same thing. Power not entirely reliable. Many times that we pulled in to certain countries, we would be notified like, oh, hey, at least the area knew of when power would go out. Like usually like during this time frame, we don't have power. But why? Hey, thanks for telling us, because now we've got to start up our diesel generator in order to keep our submarine alive while on shore.
Pringle.
When everyone else leaves in about 45 minutes, you'll be able to have the sound on if you're still going. We'll be going. Yeah, we'll definitely be going.
Oh yeah, we'll be there. I'll be streaming after we're done here. I will be heading back to Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.
Thankfully, your infrastructure is pretty solid where you live. I think most often if you internet go, yeah. Definitely where I live, the grid is fairly solid. Like, there are occasional times where the city will be doing something and like not tell anybody. The fuck? Yes, then Iron is an avid player of Kingdom Hearts.
I'm an avid. Well, my gamer extraordinaire title is not just for show. I skipped one of the Kingdom Hearts games because I absolutely hate it.
Uh-oh. We lost him.
I don't know why it happens only to me.
That's weird.
That's happened every time I've ever like every time I've ever been on this show. I've been losing connection.
Yeah.
Discord's never done that to me before. So it's like, hey, are you on JB's Monday Morning Mumbles? Guess what? It's only temporary.
You want to go ahead and start up your video?
I think did I? I thought I did.
Nope, you did not.
Okay, I'm back again.
There you are. It's like all of a sudden, like, wait, what?
I heard the ping and then I was like, oh, it's gone again.
Like you've been stalling a little bit, and I'm like, it seems to be okay.
I'm going to just turn off the stream then and just pop out the chat.
There you go. Max, how you doing? Yes, you did hear Kingdom Hearts. We were discussing that, and then Iron decided he didn't want to talk about it anymore. Just left.
And then my Discord decided it didn't want me to talk about it anymore, so it kicked me. It actually crashed entirely. Now I'm back, and hopefully I'll actually stay back this time.
Kingdom Hearts. I remember when it originally came out, and it looked cool, but then I don't know what it is. There are certain games that just fall into a category of like, it looks great, but it looks like it's too much for me to really want to get into.
It's not actually that bad to play it,
but
when you try to tack all the lore onto it,
that's a big thing that I've heard.
That's where it starts to be demotivating. Just playing the game and just trying to take it on like a game by game basis is amazing.
I don't know what it was. It looked great, but it just ultimately, a friend had it and I watched him play. It was, like, I'd much rather go play Final Fantasy 10 or 7 again. But Final Fantasy games, I didn't really get into either heavily. Like 7 I played, 10 I played. I think I started 10 too, but never finished it. Like,
I actually made my own custom Keyblade, and I took it quite. I just went whole hog on it. Like, it doesn't even look like a key from the game. It's like I couldn't decide on a look, and then I decided to start taking things literally. So like it looks like a sword, and the key teeth are actually like chainsaw teeth. So I made a chainsaw keyblade.
You've made a devastating Keyblade.
I was just like, I'm gonna make this Keyblade mine, because nothing I could think of spoke to me as a person.
Here's my Keyblade. That looks like a knife. It is.
That's because it is a knife with very real teeth.
That's Squid. How you doing?
I don't.
Mom, Kingdom Hearts 2 kept freezing when you finally got to the ice cream. Well, because it was ice cream. It makes you freeze up.
Ice cream.
Squid, Bim here. Kai, Ian, nailed it. Good job. Squid. Also, I totally did not just want up. I'm assuming you meant wake. You've played Keyblade Knifey before. Where's your Keyblade? It's right here.
There's a little switchblade instead.
Yep, that's it.
I was so particularly proud of that weapon I came up with, and then Discord would not allow me to post it properly. It was just like, you suck. It looks so badass.
And manager up 6 flags.
I'm not a manager. If I were a manager, I would have fainted. I've only been there for like 3 or 4 months now. Not even that, maybe 2 months. That is a very scary thought, being a manager that quickly. Be sitting there going, what have I done to deserve this?
I've got people coming up to me now at work. Hey, so what should we do for this? I don't know. I'm not the manager. I'm not
You're
the lead
asking
and the
me.
manager over there. Well, yeah, but you just like I
You're
I'm not
just a
gonna be the
smart individual.
I'm not gonna be the one to make that final decision. Manager Iron versus the Karens. Can I speak to you? Can I speak to the manager? No.
Excuse me,
know
would
what?
you mind? Would you mind? I would like to speak to your manager, please.
No. You know what? Shockingly, I'm the manager. Oh, really? I mean, you don't know.
Really? You're the manager. Well,
Yeah,
you see,
exactly.
I
What do you
have
mean
a
you won't take
problem
my
here.
expired coupon?
Oh yeah, and this nice chicken outside gave me this coupon.
I'm sorry, this is expired.
You son of a...
I want that 50 cents off. Yes, and what do you mean you won't just allow me to get this for free? Oh my god, Max.
Wow, really?
that's awful. Yeah, that's a real high point there.
That had to
although
have been
although
awkward
I
later.
would have fun with that. And just because I'm an ass and I love doing that. Yeah, Nancy, do you not know who I am? I'm the president of my HOA. Good for you. Max Homeowners Association, HOA. It's a thing over here that to
It's a
make a
thing.
neighborhood stay pretty, so they inflict a lot of rules to how your yard can look, what you can put in your yard, maintaining your essentially your house, so it makes it look good, so make everybody else look good. It's a dumb
babe.
dumb thing.
It's not nearly as dumb though if you have a good HOA, which is apparently very rare these days.
Oh yeah, exactly. I have heard horror stories about HOAs, and one of them being, that person over there, their yard, their grass length is too tall.
Yeah.
In the HOA guidelines, it says that the grass can only be this tall. The fuck? Like I don't want my grass that short.
I think because the HOA I ended up growing up with was not even was I consider a good HOA. They had a good board of directors.
Mm.
There was quite a few though. There were people in there that were trying to be vocal about changing things. Like I think the most popular item was purchasing a golf course that existed in the area,
Mm-hmm.
like within our subdivision.
Right.
And everyone and the sensible people are like, this is not going to pay off very soon. We're going to make it. You're trying to make. You don't want to pay for it. You want the HOA to buy it so that you can play on it.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to spend any money. The problem is that if we buy it, we have to tax you more.
Yeah, exactly. That's how
make
that
up
would
for
work.
And these idiots did not understand it. They just wanted a golf course.
What are you all doing with RP? You're putting glasses on RP. 5? 5? Oh, why? Why did it time out milk drinks? Why?
No, milk.
Oh.
Milk.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I need to do that. I need to add milk drinks to that list of people who can bypass that. Poor milk drinks.
Milk guy, the drinking guy. Damn it, that did not work as well as I hoped it would.
Nope. What was I gonna say? I saw a comment and now it's left my brain.
We were discussing HOAs.
Um.
And I was just wrapping up how. Yeah, these idiots wanted the golf course.
I remember where I was going with that. When my wife and I were house hunting, like the 2 times that we've purchased houses, each time was, we would ask the real estate agent, is there an HOA? For this area, yes, that house has HOA fees. Nope, not even gonna do it. Well, but it's a good area. Don't care. No HOA. I don't want to deal with those people. And that was the same thing for the house that we live in now. our real estate agent was showing us a bunch of houses that were in HOA areas. I'm like, nope, we don't want it.
I light this can in honor of milk drinks and also to start a rebellion.
Didn't even see he posted before he got sniped. Yeah.
Wow.
Stream Elements is really quick with it. They're
So is
quite fast.
Streamlabs, but I just turned Streamlabs off.
Mm.
Not off. It still functions, but I was like, hey, we're gonna have a conversation because you're not allowed to ban people. Like no.
Well, Elements
the
just
strangest
all
thing.
all my bot does is just time them out. It doesn't ban them. That'll be for the actual mods, the humans.
Yeah, no, I chose the wrong word. It also timed out somebody, but it was like it's usually the Twitch mod that does all the timing out. So the one time Streamlabs did, it was just like, whoa, it was that serious, Streamlabs? Come on, man, that wasn't that bad.
For me, it's really to catch the bots that come in that are posting like, hey, want to become famous? No.
I get those all the time. Orker takes extreme delight in destroying them. Because both my mods are here, which is really funny. They never miss a stream that I'm in. Even though I tell them, you don't have to show up all the time.
Saw a dude having to spend his weekend cleaning his fence because his HOA was complaining about how dirty it was and he could see people staring. Yeah, that's how that becomes.
They choose to come anyway, so I'm honored to have them as my mods.
Yes, Zen. Max, our healthcare, tip top. Education system, just the finest, especially in the South. School to prison pipeline, fantastic. It's an excellent pipeline.
It's like, well, Nancy, it's the thing is that everyone that's in my chat's typically in a different time zone altogether, and Worker in particular is a couple hours ahead of me. So usually, sometimes it's stupid late for him, and he's still insisting on trying to watch. And it's like, dude, you're tired. Just go to bed.
Yeah.
Ed's here, and he's in my time zone. He's got you covered, man. Like, I don't like forcing anyone to do anything. So if they don't want to show up, they don't have to show up. I'll miss them.
Yeah.
But
that's the same thing that I have for. I mean, Goose gets it because Goose, one, is on the East Coast and maintains a ridiculous sleep schedule. He's in a totally different realm on his own. He gets enough sleep, but it's just like at 5 in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning is when he goes to sleep.
My God.
And then he's up around like noon or 1. He didn't keep him up way later than usual. And then you got Nancy, who freaks out if she doesn't show up at the beginning of the stream, and I tell her it's fine. It's perfectly fine. I mean, I have done this on my own before in the past, and I can do it again. I'll be fine. I can do it.
I do have a friend in Amsterdam, so he misses out on a lot of streams, but he's super busy too. But when he shows up, it's like, oh my God, bestie! And then we catch up because he's a busy boy. He's going for.
It is fine, though. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's okay. Easier across the coast than had friends in Holland and UK. Yeah, doing stuff with people in another country just.
Because then Dot sometimes, very rarely pops in, and I'm just like, "Hey, how's it going?" Then they're in lurk mode. It's like, oh,
it's
cool.
It's part of the reason why I like being able to do 2 different times of stream. Whereas the beginning of the week, I'm able to do morning stream. So people in the UK or even in just Europe are able to catch this little bit. Not that I have anybody else outside of that. I think I might have one follower from Russia.
I've had people. I actually did have someone from like out there in Europe, and it was just like from France. I think was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, wow, I'm exceedingly honored that you're here. Our time zones do not match.
I think I have a couple from Germany, I know there's one from Russia that pops into the streams like whenever I'm doing The Witness, he'll come in. So
I mean,
it's fun for me to do something like that, and then especially like my late night streams, then I'm catching them during the daytime, which is weird.
It's like, let's see, because I think of the people I actually know that are following me, Dot's the only one that's out.
Mhm.
Dot and my other friend are the only two people that could pop in. My personal friend, who's a former roommate,
Mhm.
that Dutch bastard, it's just him I'm playing. We make jokes on each other's nationalities all the time, so he always calls me, "You dumb American, how dare you." It's just between us, so it comes naturally to me when I'm speaking to him. Like, he tries to come in and watch often, and we used to play on Switch from time to time, but he got so busy now. It's like I can't call him anymore. I can't be like, "What's up, you Dutch freak? Oh, how you doing?"
Can't even pronounce that. Fancy, I'm telling you, it's fine. It's perfectly fine.
It's largely thanks to him I enjoyed college life as much as I did. I was very, very fortunate to meet him.
College. That totally, I completely bypassed that experience. I went right into the Navy out of high school and just went, nope, not doing more school. Just going right to work.
I always felt like my services were never required for the military, but I always said if the call to arms went out, I didn't care how old I was. I would go in. I would be like, I will show up even if I'm above the age limit, just to say I tried.
I think the cutoff, the last time I had heard is 34, but I think that they raised it to 36 or something like that. I don't
36?
remember.
Okay. Although I hope it doesn't come down to that, truthfully.
No, I highly doubt that. They've got enough people in now that it'll be fine. I mean, it has to be a perfect storm in order for them to
Send out a call to arms.
Yeah, to have to draft people, because one, it has to be like a downtime where like the military has too many people in, and so then they back off of recruiting. And then during that time of like, hey, we're downsizing a little bit, we're not allowing more people in, we're getting rid of more people because we're finding just random things health wise. So like, oh look, you stubbed your toe that one time, all right, goodbye. And then
Like,
some
oh,
massive
boy.
war needs to break out. Like it has to be a perfect storm for them to like to bring about the draft.
I certainly hope that never happens. I don't need to be alive when a massive war happens.
No, my wife has asked me about it before. She goes, "Do you worry about that?" No. I don't have to worry about that because I've done 10 years, so I can go, nope.
I'm not particularly worried, only because it's just like I'll be in the rear with the gear.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's all I would do is just like, yeah, I'm just making sure you guys are well prepared to go in and take care of business.
Offered military grant due to family history, but turned it down. Interesting. First generation not to be shot at. Max, that's a great thing. That's a great to be first at. Kept getting recruiting calls near the end of high school. Yeah, same. Yeah, that usually happens a lot. I just remember I didn't get very many phone calls, but I remember actually going up because they would have like armed forces day or whatever it was at school, like, hey, look, you can do all these other things instead of like go to college. Like, oh, cool, I'll talk to these people. And then eventually I figured out, okay, I don't want to go to college, but I still want to use my brain and not just be a grunt. So Marines was out. I didn't know Coast Guard was even a thing, mainly because I lived in Texas and what am I going to watch? Air Force didn't really pop into my brain. So it really just came down to Army and Navy. Like, what do I really want to do? So, and eventually I settled on the Navy because then, cool, I can do this. I can feel good about doing what I for serving the country, but yet I don't have to be there. Because that was only a year after 9/11 when I had signed up and joined. So, so of course my parents are all worried, and me, I'm like, I'm gonna be the furthest thing away from that. Because at that point I decided Navy, and then I did my testing, and they said, hey, submarines would be cool for you. All right, cool. So 1, I'm in the middle of the ocean. 2, I'm under the water, and no one knows where we're at. So I'm not involved in the war, whatever is going on. Yeah, I know Texas has a coast. It's not a coast I'd want to ever go to. I've been there. It's awful. I don't, nope. Zin, that's funny. When your parents, you told your parents about the calls, and he said, you said no, right? Exactly.
He knows where you are, JB. Poseidon always knows.
Always and forever.
Anywhere there's water, he will find you. It's in your system. You're
And it's
75% water.
Yeah, that's fine. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take Poseidon, know where I'm at, versus other countries that don't want us in their areas. Grandpa was part of the military, joined to see the world, and ended up in a rat hotel in Korea. Fun times. Yeah. There's lots of stories of people out there that say, like, I joined so I could see the world, and then you only get stuck in one area.
That's where I would have amended by going, I joined to see the world, but I only saw one small slice of it.
Mm-hmm. That's just like the funny thing that I've seen with people in the Navy. Like, I joined so I could go out to sea. But the job you have is on land. So how's that working out for you?
I know my grandfather can certainly live up to that. One of his favorite phrases was, I've been all over the world. Stories he could tell if you can jog his memory.
The sea land. That was horrible.
That was pretty bad. That was pretty good, but that was pretty bad. It was good and bad, which cancels each other out. So it was all right.
Oh, this neck has got to loosen up. It's bothering.
Do you need to go to a chiropractor or something?
No. I don't believe in chiropractors. They do voodoo shit in my head. Like, nope.
Maybe we just hadn't visited the right ones.
I've never been to one at all.
Well, then you would never know, would you?
Nope.
Anyway.
This play. It'll be fine. I'll figure it out. It'll all work itself out in the end. But they just work with bones. I don't know. I mean, I guess I view it in the same sense of what's it called? Like I can't stand massages either. Like I remember when my wife and I were dating, she would come up behind me and start rubbing my shoulders and like, stop it. I don't like that. I don't like it. I hate it.
Oh, so that's just a you thing.
It's me. I can't stand it because for whatever reason I prefer my muscles just being tense. I don't like them feeling loose or anything like that, because in my head I feel as if I lose reaction time if I'm not always on guard. So anytime anyone has ever like, here, oh my god, you're so tense up there. I know, I like it. Like, let's get off of me.
See, that explains everything.
Physical touch is not JB. Nope, it's not.
See, that's what was missing. That key element.
Touchy-feely stream.
The logic. I always preferred the logic over silly excuses.
Which was always fun because my older brother, he didn't believe it. He's like, what? He's like, hey, you're just being dumb. I go, okay, let's see what our reaction time is to certain things. So I would drop something and his reaction was much slower than what mine was. I go, see, I believe that my muscles being all tense all the time, I can react much quicker because I'm just ready for it. You know that, and I just think quicker than you.
It's like, oh, there you go. Think faster, think quicker.
Okay, what about acupuncture? I don't want needles stuck into me randomly. I don't want any of that.
You just don't want anyone messing with your perfect body.
No, I don't. Just stay away. Just relax the time.
Personally, I would probably visit a chiropractor first if I felt something wrong with my body,
Now, it
and then I'd see. Because I just don't want to spend money on medicine that may or may not help me.
so don't do what I do. Don't spend money on the medicine. I'll go get checked up and they'll say like, "Oh, well, this is wrong." Okay, cool. Can I do anything about it? I mean, you can take this medicine. Eh. But I also don't want to go to a chiropractor either because that's just a consistent thing. Like it only temporarily fixes something, and I don't want that. I'll just live with it. And plus, this is temporary too. Like it was me sleeping wrong. I just slept in an odd position and woke up like, "Ow." It'll go away in time. This is
He loves talking about those.
It's going towards a hot tub stream. Got shot in the jaw with a musket during the Revolutionary War. One day during breakfast, he coughed up a bullet. Interesting. JB, will you relax in a hot tub? There is no such thing. I have never relaxed in a hot tub ever.
Oh man,
Me and relaxing is not a thing.
I want to relax so bad, but I can't. I haven't found a reason to relax yet.
What kind of stream is that, Tasers?
You want to have to chainmail bikinis and Templar albums? What the hell? You would get so many followers doing that.
Oh my god! I don't know if I want. I don't know if I want those followers. Sounds like Jamie's kind of comfort.
I mean, it is. It's painful. He is accustomed to pain.
You can get swords. I've never been to a hot spring.
I have not either, but I want to go.
I don't know. I don't enjoy just sitting in water.
It's your enemy is relaxation.
You
have to be doing something.
It really is. I mean, I have moments of where I'm not doing anything, but sitting in water doesn't sound entertaining to me at all. No, I sat in a steel tube in the water for years. I was not touching the water.
Thing.
No. Hot springs were a big deal in cold north of Idaho. Yeah, that's true. My wife has told me about them. She's been to a couple of them over in Idaho.
It's on my bucket list.
It is not on
I'll visit a hot spring. I'll visit a hot spring one of these days.
Although, I mean, for me, relaxing is now tinkering with things on stream. Like, what else can I do? How can I make this better? Because there will be random times that, oh, you know what? There's that one thing I wanted to do. I can do that really quick. And then it becomes hours of me tinkering with something and making sure that it works right and it looks good. JB is comforted by RP. That depends. if RP is behaving themselves, I don't know. Sitting in water is just not entertaining to me. It was just it's on the same level of when my wife and I were getting married and we were trying to decide what should we do for a honeymoon. And my wife, I love her very much, but she at the time she go, "What about a cruise?" What? We could take a cruise for our honeymoon. So what you want is for me to get off of a boat, to get onto another boat, to get off of that boat, to get onto another boat.
It's boat-tastic.
No. We just rented a cabin out in the woods in Washington. And then we went to some of the wineries that were around, got plenty of wine, got plenty of food and stuff like that. We just relaxed. And as much as I could, because I'm just sitting in a cabin going, huh.
Well, now what am I gonna do?
She would relax in the big tub that was there, but me, it's like, I don't have desire for that. She tried to take me on a murder hike, because I still had bad knees then, but she had read a map incorrectly, and we just were pretty much heading straight up a mountain. So by the time we reached like the halfway point, my knees were, nope, nope. I hate
I
this.
went on a murder hike before. It was just, if I was a little more in shape for it, I probably would have been fine. But it was definitely one of those. Is like, okay, I can't do this. Why'd you make me do this so early?
Yep. Exactly, Ito. Hey, what else are you gonna do? Hey, we'd go out and we'd do some of the shops. Like I said, we went to a couple of the wineries. We got wine. We got stuff from back at the cabin, like a charcuterie board. We did that kind of stuff. We cooked a lot of our own food. Actually, we had a lot of leftovers from our actual wedding, which was absolutely delicious. You've been murdered before.
And he reincarnated back into mom.
Let's get this back on track. Let's talk about Iron.
Hey.
People know about me. Iron. I'm always curious. What got you into streaming? Because I'm always curious about that for anybody. It's just either it was, I felt like doing it, or was there something to it?
For me, give me a minute. It's like, it kind of starts back from when I was just a kid, honestly. Because I started playing video games probably when I think my first memory of playing a video game was when I was maybe 2.5 years old. And it just kind of stuck with me. That was the first moment where it was like, I want to do this. I want to play games. And but the problem that at the time, at least, this was in the 90s, streaming didn't exist.
Oh no.
YouTube didn't really take off either until much later. So there was nothing for me to do with it except play games and enjoy.
Yep.
And so every time my folks heard, it's like, so what's your future job gonna be? I want to be a police officer. I want to be a firefighter.
Yeah.
They looked at each other like, he's totally lying. He doesn't want to be either of those things. They already knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do anything with it. So then when YouTube finally came along, I think that was just something clicked. And then it was just like, I'm going to try my hand at YouTubing. And I had watched a whole bunch of different YouTubers. I think the one I emulated the most when I finally got to use a microphone was Markiplier. I don't know why I chose him specifically. I started off similarly, and then I started uploading for a little bit, and it was just like, this isn't really going anywhere. And then I felt like I wanted to do something more live, and that's when I discovered Twitch.tv existed a lot later. This was, I think I was going into community college. Yeah, back in like 2015, I made my first channel.
Okay.
2016, maybe. And then I went ahead and tried. It was like, oh, this is pretty fun. And I would export out to YouTube and stuff like that. And I found the Nintendo Creators Program, especially. That was what really kicked it off. I was like, oh, I can make YouTube videos, and Nintendo would be like, well, defend it? It's like, I'm making content for them, and then I'm also getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
That was the dream. That was like, the chance is here. And I worked hard. I put out a lot of very surprisingly popular Nintendo videos. And I was so close to reaching YouTube partner. And I was just like, this is it. I was so close. And then the policy changed. Some jackass decided to go out to this Japanese suicide forest and decided to film stuff there with some very mean comments. Of which I have deliberately forgotten who it was. I do not care. that person ruined everything to me. I can only assume it was a he. I only assume. And that was when I switched over to Twitch full time. I took down my old channel because I couldn't rename it at the time, restarted from scratch, and I haven't stopped since. I don't want to stop. It's just too much fun trying to build up something from the ground up and interacting with people like live instead of just like in the comments section where they can say anything they want and mean comment whenever they want.
Yeah.
But now Twitch is starting to go towards the same area. It's like, no, they're starting to restrict everything we can say.
Yeah, the biggest problems that I have is like the last policy change that they came up with, like the updates to DMCA's, came out at some ridiculous time early in the morning. I think East Coast it was 2 a.m. So that would have been 11 for me. It's like, what? Why? Why would you send that in the middle of the night if you knew that what you were doing was going to be highly disliked by everyone?
Probably for that exact reason. Wouldn't be any time for people to wake up and be like, what the heck?
Yeah. You know, it's always 2 a.m. somewhere. That's true. But it's just some of the things that they're doing are ridiculous. Like I don't know what bot they're using to go through people's streams to see if there is any content that might have copyright things. But there's been it was a stream from a couple weeks ago that I saw that it said, oh, portions of the stream have been muted. And I looked at it and I go, most of that stream was just me chatting. So what portion did they mute? So I looked into it and it was a random spot of me talking. Like I go, maybe it was the time when chat triggered the secret sound using the emote. And I looked for it and I found it and I go, nope, that's not the area. What did they mute? Because they can't mute my music because it's mine. There's nothing exists on it.
I had that exact thing happen to me though. I had made one of my old overlays. I had made a song for the intro, just some shitty thing with GarageBand, and the entire intro that song was playing, it was muted. And I sat there looking at this, going, "That's mine though. Why are you muting an original song? Because I've never heard it anywhere else."
Yeah. It
hasn't happened since, but it was just like, wow, that's funny.
Twitch trying to sue Monster Cat or someone over their own music. So, God.
I think the wrong people have just popped in and are like, hey, we need to crack down on this.
Yeah, it just, I don't play anything on here that would have a copyright on it anyways. So I'm not ever worried about that. It's just the annoyance of going in and going, okay, nope, that didn't work because Twitch muted part of my stream. Great. Perfect.
The only game that I ever actually sat there and worried about playing was Brutal Legend. The entire game is nothing but copyrighted music. It's Motorhead, Ozzy Osbourne, Kiss, Black Sabbath, Tenacious D.
Oh yeah.
And like the very first song, I think there was one from a band called, I think it's in games, called Cabbage Boy.
Cabbage Boy.
I know. I can't remember if that was on an actual band or if it was just something unique to the game. But then immediately after that, it was Ozzy Osbourne's "Children of the Grave," and it was just like, oh no, what's gonna happen? Are they gonna take me down because I'm playing a game that has like legitimately they got permission from all the people to make
the producer of that game, like they have the permission to do it, but people who are streaming it don't have that permission.
And that's where I was just like, is this gonna be a problem? It's a video game. Twitch knows it's a video game. It's listed on here, right?
Yeah, you would think that for things like that, if there are games out there that have copyrighted music that's on it, that the game developers and the producers have permission to use it because they bought the rights in order to put it on the game, that if it's going to be an issue for copyright issues for streaming it, then Twitch should just say, no, that game's not allowed. Like, we can't allow you to play that because it will violate copyright. So they should just go ahead and just put that restriction on there. Hi, Danny. Thank you for the lurk. I just, it's extremely frustrating to see it. And like, if you already know it's going to be an issue, why don't you already just restrict that game and say, we can't allow you to play this game because it has copyrighted music on it and it infringes on our policy. Cool. That settles that.
No,
I mean,
right.
There was a time that, Nintendo, nope. That was not something you did on Twitch. Couldn't stream any of that shit.
It's because they understood that Nintendo was being very stingy with their content.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God they loosened up because they have a lot of impressive games.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I remember that exactly. Nintendo was getting just shit on left and right because of it.
Thankfully, they're starting to loosen up a little more because I wanted to share my memories of Super Mario 64 with everyone in my chat. That was the best.
Super Mario 64, oh my God.
That was one of the very first Nintendo games I could ever play. Dot can now hear our lovely voices.
Yay! Hi, Dot.
Except mine. I don't think mine's that lovely. It's too baritone.
You're on your own at work and have keys to the building. Uh-oh. Don has been given the keys.
Hey! Bring in the strippers. Party time. Where's the cake?
Yeah. So I get... It's frustrating anytime I see any portions of my streams that, like, oh, portions of the stream have been muted. But why?
What did you do? What have I done?
It's really annoying when it's just random streams when I'm doing Fall Guys. Like I've streamed Fall Guys many times and they're just randomly streams like once I'm done and like, oh, we muted a portion of that stream. But why? Like I've streamed Fall Guys before and you didn't mute portions of the last one. Just this one. Why?
That one. Why? What have you done? Why you do these?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me. Mm-hmm. I beg you. Please, I beg you. Tell me.
No problem, Dot. Matt, it's understandable. With the glare from your glasses, Jay, I thought you had eyeshadow on. Oh, nope, definitely don't.
I can't imagine JB dressing up like that. I can't. He doesn't have the face for makeup.
Nope. Well, maybe not safe from profanity. Yeah. I it's just things that I don't understand. I mean, it things that I've streamed plenty of times before in the past and no issues whatsoever, and then just randomly, oh yeah, we muted portions of that stream. Well, why? There was anything different from the previous night of me streaming that same game.
Maybe it was born. This is now JB with the makeup. That's on my latest series with Kingdom Hearts. This is this is Disney we're talking about, and they have a sharing restriction. Because they don't mind, from what I'm gathering, because I list it every single time I'm about to start streaming it. I turn on the sharing restriction. I'm like, hey guys, I'm abiding by this set of rules.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only thing they don't care if you play the game. They just don't want you to sit there with the music on, and you're not there playing. It's like, that's understandable. They deliberately tell you that, hey, you can stream this. Just make sure you're playing it, because I can't turn the music off. That's not a feature
you would think
in
that would
any
be
of the Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah, you would think that would be an issue. And I'm pretty sure in the future that's what's going to become a thing. Games will just have to have a safe, stream safe setting Like, cool. If you select this, we'll do all the stuff to make sure that your stream doesn't get a copyright strike or you're not forcing them to stream aren't muted or anything like that.
I'm gonna do that if I somehow build Iron Gaming Arts up so that's more than just streaming.
Mm-hmm.
If I can like hire a game company to make a game, I would totally request that. You think we can make a feature where it...
Oh, that's true. Hoarding, you're right. Cyberpunk did have that in there.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, I do remember
that's
that.
Kick ass.
That's not good.
You're all wrong.
And there he goes. All right. Let's bring Iron back. There you are.
You're all wrong.
That's the person that got kicked out. Discord went, nope.
I don't
Control has that
understand it.
option
It
as
has
well.
Never done that to me before.
It doesn't stop a certain song during a certain part. But it still works with Twitch because they used a fictional band song. All right, that's good. Iron is alive again on Discord. Good.
It didn't crash that time, but it was still just very confusing to me. It's just like, come on, just let me. Don't crash on me, please.
Let me in. Let me in.
Let me in. How do they do it? They're like, hold on.
Yes. What to chat about now? Any future plans for your streams? Like, you got anything amazing going on? What's going on?
I'm trying to get more emotes. The only issue is that I don't have enough subscriber points.
Okay.
I haven't learned the secret to get people to come and watch more frequently.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm working 5 days a week, that has gotten harder.
Yeah, that does get harder. I know for me, streaming in the mornings before I go to work, at the beginning of the week, and then at the end of the week I stream at night after I put everyone to sleep. Then so those become like an 8:30 p.m. start time on the West Coast. So those streams I don't expect people to really stick around. Those are really more for me, because then I'm just what random game do I want to play? All right, we'll do this one.
Let's try this game.
Yeah, that's the same thing for you, Dot. Yeah, work totally mess with your ability to stream.
I know from my current schedule that I can stream reliably on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
And then occasionally there's days where I have a shorter day.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's the long days, which are 8 hours. And then there's shorter days, which is 6 hours.
Interesting.
So on the shorter days, I should be able to stream normally without any issue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, try it again. Mondays and Tuesdays, I can stream normally.
Yep.
I'm going to be streaming today after we're done here. On the shorter days, I should be able to stream normally, unless I'm too damn tired to play.
That's true. Yeah. Dot, you like having a job that you can actually do without being crazy stressed? Yeah. That's always beneficial. If you're not having to, if you're not being completely stressed out, then that's good. And then I know for me in the future, I know my stream schedule will change up a bit. But not anything crazy, because at the beginning of the week, I'll still do the Monday Morning Mumbles and still be able to stream in the morning before I go to work. It'll primarily change when summer break is over for my kids and they're going actually back to school, that I will actually have a chance to stream during the day when it's just my wife and I. So there'll be days that we do things together, and there'll be days that she does art or planting flowers or whatever it may be. And then me, I'm gonna go stream. I'm gonna go do that for a little bit. So that'll be a nice change of pace when that occurs. Because I was thinking, like, I'm never gonna get out of this kind of situation. But eh. But then I remembered, oh yeah, I'm not in a normal situation because my kids are doing remote learning. So that's
Yeah.
not a normal. They'll actually be in school. I'll be able to change.
They'll actually go and learn the life lessons firsthand.
Yes, Dot. What is it?
What is up? What is up with Dot?
Oh, you have every Saturday off. Nice. I love it. That's fantastic. Ooh, also have Mondays off, so you'll be able to join Sean and his crew with Stardew Sundays. Love it.
Yeah, Dot was just playing it last night.
The Hoarding Horker, thank you very much for that follow. I very much appreciate that. Hi, hello, and welcome to the Red Pandas.
The Red Panda pack. I prefer the Red Panda posse, but
It's a pack. It's a pack.
Exactly.
Because you don't call a group of red pandas a posse.
I
They're
just
called
thought
a pack.
it sounded funny.
Actually,
oh no, I know where it came from. Suddenly thought of Achievement Hunter when they were playing World of Warcraft. They had the Panda Priest posse. That was their guild, and I sat there thinking, oh, that would be. And then I thought of that and said Red Panda posse instead of Red Panda pack. I was like, that would work too. You can totally take that if you want.
This is true, Ito. A group of pandas is called an embarrassment, but they're also called a pack as well.
Oh, that's funny.
The embarrassment is really primarily for the large, the giant pandas, so like your traditional black and white pandas. But that can kind of go to the other pandas, like the red pandas. But they're also considered a pack. Because I did see that. I did know that they're also called an embarrassment. They're also referred to as a cabinet as well. A group of pandas is a cabinet. Yep.
A cabinet of pandas?
Uh-huh. Yeah, the group naming for what they've come up with pandas is ridiculous.
I know.
Look at that embarrassment over there. You mean that group of pandas?
I know that
Yeah.
A group of ferrets is called a business.
Business ferrets.
That's the entire joke for one of the shows. Is that it's called a business, and I think this ferret has a business meeting back with the others, so we're gonna say goodbye. Wow, that's pretty funny.
That's great. Some of the names that they come up with in these groups of animals is like just ridiculous. This is true. Red pandas are very solitary. Yes, red pandas are very solitary. Most pandas are solitary creatures to begin with. So it's when I've seen that a group of them are called this, but they say it's very rare to see them in a group. Imagine how you doing. So maybe that's why they came up with an embarrassment. Maybe that's why they call it a cabinet. I don't know. But I also know that they also call them a pack as well. And I figured that kind of goes with the RPP. Like that sounds better.
Danny needs a follower's name.
What would you associate with me? Yeah, you could go with the Striders. That's a really easy one to go with. That one's great.
Coming in hot.
Honestly, that's a hard thing for me to really grasp with people, because a lot of the times it's just a random thing that happens. Like Sean and Pineapple. He was playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, and what the hell is that one character that swears a lot? So now I can't remember the damn character's name.
Actually, how far did he get?
He finished the first part of 7 Remake.
So he finished the full first game.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure he did.
I can't help anymore then. He beat the game. I haven't beaten it yet.
But like that character like swore a lot, and he just kind of like went off of that, and he goes, you know what? I'm gonna replace what they say with pineapple. And that's just how the pineapple came about for Sean. Just like for me, the randomness of wearing a red panda mask. And that just became the thing.
Mine actually evolved a little bit. Because I used to think because I have a very colorful personality, which actually can surprise some people when they finally see me. It's like, yeah, I'm very short. I'm a short individual, but I have such a big presence that I look bigger than I am, especially on camera. So it started as the crew, KREWE, like a circus crew, just to suit that because we're all colorful individuals. But then I realized that my channel was starting to become just a wee bit more military themed.
Mm-hmm.
So to kind of keep in theme with we're all different individuals, I started dubbing them the irregulars. They're not like a typical military squad or force. And I figured it's like, yes, that will help them stand out because we're all different on this little team. So we're not the typical community. And I've been irregulars ever since.
Nice. Thinking maybe ducks have pack bonded with all the rubber ducks that have different outfits, like a pirate hat or fire hire uniform, stuff like that. And it could be easily as something like that you have in the background. That it could be that kind of a thing. And you don't necessarily have to have a thing either. I think it just become I think it more becomes something because of having a Discord channel or whatever it may be, or a server rather, that people want to become creative with it, which you don't necessarily have to.
And Horkers quickly noticed that Mario has moved again.
Yep. Mario's at the table. Mario got food?
Mario is reading the food paper.
Nice.
That's becoming a game in itself.
Twitch chat can be irregular. That's very true. He ordered 5,000 to hide in a... What the hell? That's a lot of ducks.
I don't think any of them were Mighty Ducks. I think it was Renee that started that Mario joke, actually.
It probably was.
And she's not here now. I'm on the Monday Morning Mumbles, and Renee didn't show up.
No, Renee is not. Not currently. She might be lurking. I don't know.
She might be. She showed up to my one of my Warframe streams, and I was just not having a good day, and I think I frightened her. It's like she was playing the Colonel Scary joke on me.
Mm-hmm.
And yes. I was just a lot more impatient than I usually was. And so I felt super... She felt bad because I was getting agitated. And then I felt bad because I was being mean to her.
Mm.
And I ended up sending a DM afterwards. It's like, I'm sorry! And she hasn't come back yet. It's like, I can't vocally say how sorry I was.
That's true, Danny. Yes, Dot. We are very lucky to have you here. I know, Nancy. I've asked Renee, like, when do you think we can do this? Because I am very antsy to play It Takes Two. And she's out being cool. That's true. Renee is cool. I really want to play that game. And since I did start it with her, that's who I want to continue it with. It's just trying to find the right time. Yeah, okay. She's been moving, and right now I'm pretty sure she's in a temporary place. Plus she's got college and she's got work. Like it just, yeah, her internet card went out. Oh, that's just plain up doo doo.
That's okay. When she watches the pod, if she watches the pod, she'll hear it then. Like right here, she watches this pod because she's more interested in watching you than me. So
yeah, Nancy, I did know about that because when Renee and I were starting It Takes Two, she had mentioned it to me that it might be a little bit, and I said it's okay, we'll figure it all out. I just got to be a little bit more patient with it, and eventually we'll get there, and we'll have It Takes Two. We'll be playing that on stream again. It'll be fun. Anyway, so you're playing Kingdom Hearts. Is there anything else that you have, like, as far as like games that you want to play on stream in the future?
I have an entire list of games I haven't even finished on stream yet. The first thing you'll see on my channel when you look down in the panel section is the ever-growing games list of Let's Play games.
Diego, hi, how you doing?
Hey, Diego.
That's what I'm finding with a lot of people on stream. Like they have a list of games. Like I want to play this, but I haven't finished that yet. or that, or that, or that, or that.
So yeah, it's like I have them listed out in the years that I completed them. So it's also becoming a joke that if I haven't beaten one yet and I ignore it, it's only gonna get longer and longer and longer. And then someone's be like, Iron, you haven't finished Horizon Zero Dawn yet since 2018. And I'll be sitting there going, you're right. I need to go back and finish.
Yeah, exactly.
At some
Imagine stupid real world get in the way of online life.
So eventually I'll go back and finish those games, but there's too many games I want to play and not enough time to do it.
What's a game that you really want to play? Like, you're gonna throw everything else away. Like, this is what I want to play. Thinking, computing, processing.
I have to, because I don't think I've ever sat there and been like, I'm gonna throw everything else I've got to not to like play this game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what was the game that I've done that one for? I know I've done that for Dawn of War 3. That didn't go too well, unfortunately.
A real game, imagine. Like one that either is has a release date, like we've seen previews of it, like that's going to come out soon, or a game that you just haven't gotten to yet. Like that's the one that you want to play.
I do want to play Kingdom Hearts 3, but I figured I have to play through all the other games first before I can get to it.
Mm-hmm.
To like not just refresh myself, but to say, yes, I finally completed the damn series. Because the only Kingdom Hearts game I ever beat was 358 and a half days, and let's see, Dream Drop Distance and Birth by Sleep. None of which I completed on stream.
Mm-hmm.
And the only one that I don't think I'll be able to do on stream is 358 and a half days. It's on DS.
Wow, on DS. Holy crap. Another Nintendo handheld that I never played. Never touched one.
It was an interesting game to play. They have it on the collector's, not collector's edition, what do you call it? I'm gonna be playing Kingdom Hearts today anyway. It's on that Kingdom Hearts like 1.5 plus 2.5 HD remix collection set or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all the cutscenes. You don't actually play the game.
Weird.
Which is really sad. And I don't want to use an emulator. I tried. I'm pretty sure it tried to corrupt my computer. My old one.
I've never. The way for me to go backwards would be if and they make all the systems now with a bunch of games already loaded on it, like the Super NES, they had the Nintendo one, they had the Sega Genesis one, but there would only be one game on each of those that I would play, and that's not enough for me to buy it.
They haven't remade Donkey Kong Country for the 64 yet. Donkey Kong 64 was one of my jams.
Still own their console and still play them all. Nice. I know all of ours went away.
I wish I had my 64. One lack of insight for my father, he convinced me to give it to a family friend who'd never owned a console before. Mm-hmm. He's regretted it ever since.
I think that was the console that my brothers and I and my uncle played the most. Was the 64, and that was mainly because of Mario Kart. And oh my god, that was like my younger brother was never very good at games, but he liked to play, and that was perfectly fine. But he would always be last, and so he would constantly get blue shells.
Oh, yeah.
He would just send them forward, and it'd be blowing us up all the time.
I think the oldest thing I still have... Let me see, when did the PlayStation 2 come out?
I don't have any of my old
That's 2000.
consoles.
I think the PlayStation 2 is the oldest thing I still have. Oh no! I still have a Game Boy Color.
Oh my god. I wish
That
that
is
I
officially
had
the old.
I wish that I had my original Game Boy. Like the original like gray brick.
The oldest thing I have that still plays games is my Game Boy Color. I don't know where it is right now, but it's still there. I still have the old games as proof.
I still remember what was it? When I had the original Game Boy, I someone with 8 of those gray bricks and they all work. That's fantastic. I love those. I remember I had stopped playing it for the longest time, and then I had found it randomly in my closet when I was a kid again, and I go, I wonder if this works, and it didn't work. But I had opened up the back and found the batteries in there, like it had corroded. And so I took all the batteries out. I took apart the thing, cleaned everything up, got the battery acid off of it that had dried off, and then put new batteries into it, put it in a game, and it turned on. I was like, oh my god, it lives.
That was my Game Boy Advance. So I had a Game Boy Color when I was 4 years old.
Yes, exactly, Ito. Never do that.
Oh man.
And I remember Squid a couple of streams ago when he was on. He had a Game Gear, and that was another one that I had. Like I had Game Gear and I loved it, and I played the shit out of Sonic on that. But that thing took 6 AA batteries to run. That thing was ridiculous, and the batteries didn't last very long either.
I can get away. One of my favorite things I've done for streaming though was I have my Nintendo GameCube still.
Mm-hmm.
And it has the special attachment that lets me play Game Boy Advance Game Boy games.
Mm-hmm.
Like the old Game Boy games. So when I was streaming Metroid Fusion, one of my favorite Metroid games, someone actually came in going, "What emulator are you playing this on?" And I held up my GameCube controller, like, "This is vintage, baby. This is the original."
I'm not playing on an emulator. I'm playing it on the cube.
I still have my games.
I've thought about just doing that for like display back here. It's just having the old consoles, like the ones that I loved. Although that would be pricey, and for something that I'm just gonna be on display, I'm never gonna play them.
That would be like gradually done, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I happen to need a new shelving unit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, now I've got a lot more open space now. What can I put here? Oh, maybe I can put my consoles here.
An Expo and an original Playboy. You have an original Playboy? Like the magazine?
Nice.
That's an interesting thing to find in your consoles. I gotta figure that. Imagine. I just like the fact that it changed it to Playboy. That's great. I love it when it changes your text to something else. Like, oh, you really meant this. No, I did not. Nope. Autocorrect? No.
I don't use autocorrect. I am such a stickler for grammar. I've never needed any form of like autocorrect. If I didn't spell it right, I owned up to the fact I didn't spell it right and then learned how to spell it correctly. I couldn't do it. I hated it.
And it's because you didn't take your meds. That's more than likely why. So don't do it. Be good. Don't eat trash food. Don't do it. Imagine it's all red.
Oh, well, that was hilarious, though. Shouldn't.
That was great. An original Playboy. Nice. That's true, Nancy. We all do make spelling mistakes.
And even though I'm such a stickler for grammar, I do it all the time. Like an apple. An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
That's right. You take the apple and you chuck it at the doctor. Get away.
I watched that joke in a Source Filmmaker video once. A character had said, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away," as a medic was driving in. He's like, "Fudge! was just like, awesome.
Imagine, yeah, if you did have something like that, an original Playboy, like yeah, that would be
Oh, that would be bragging rights right there. Check
that
it,
would be
yo, I got an
definitely worth something.
original.
Mm-hmm.
In
I never
mint
had
condition.
an Xbox, mainly because when the original one came out and they had that huge fuck off controller, like no, absolutely not. Why?
My first experience with Xbox was when Halo 3 was first coming out. I saw the Halo 3 commercial, and by extension, I finally realized Rooster Teeth existed.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I want that game. Can I have this game? Can I have this console? And then I found I needed an Xbox 360 to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents used that to bribe me to get me through 7th grade in middle school. That was the second best I had ever done in school at that point.
Yeah, hoarding Horker. I know that you can order. They have smaller controllers because Microsoft finally figured out. Oh yeah, people don't have gargantuan hands in order to play this thing. That thing was just that was just a bludgeoning device. That's what that was.
It's a paperweight.
But when it came out, I was also had just joined the Navy as well, so I didn't have time for any of that. So me doing that, it was like, eh. And then when I did eventually get back into playing video games, like when I had time, I just went back to PlayStation because it had the games on it that I wanted, and I was more familiar with it. And I just always loved PlayStation because that's what we had originally. We had the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. Like we went, just what we went through. I guess the 3 didn't come out until I was in the Navy. But that was years down the road. But anyways, that's just kind of what I stuck with. And then eventually when I got rid of my PlayStation 4, because again, I had gotten out of the Navy, got my new job, and I just didn't have time to do anything. So I got rid of all those things. And then I actually bought a computer that could do things. And then I just became a PC player. Like, this does everything that I want it to do. And I can attach a controller to it, and I'll be perfectly fine. Cool.
I'm a hybrid that very few people can comprehend, apparently. Because I started as a console gamer, I dabbled in PC gaming, and then I'm playing PC games, and then I'm constantly going back and forth to either one. So, but it's funny, it's like, pro PC gamer, pro console gamer. It's like, choose a side. It's like, I want to go in the middle, though.
Yeah, but and for me, like, my preference is PC, but if you have games on it that on a console that you like, then by all means. So like my primary thing is Nintendo, because I have a Switch, and it was really to play games with my kids as well, because those have a bunch of games on there that I could play with my family, or specifically my kids. But yeah, Ben, and now I need to go back into Pokemon Snap, the new one. Play more of that on stream, because now I have the what the hell is that thing called? Capture card. Now that I have one of those, like, I can do that. And then also the same thing for playing more Mario Party or Mario Kart, like with people, and actually branch out a little bit from just playing Fall Guys on Friday nights. Now I can do a little bit more. Yes, Dot, we also need to go back to Game Beast. That's another group game. Dot, that one time that we got everyone to play that was so much fun, and then we never revisited it again. That's another game that we need to kind of bring back. If that game existed, you might never see it again. No, that's fair, Imagine. I think that would be for a lot of people. If you were able to just do kind of a free roam and do that, yeah, that would be fantastic. Kind of how I thought it might go. I thought it might go in that direction. It's just kind of an open world, and you just go travel through it and take pictures of Pokemon, like looking for certain criteria. But
I took it back, Marker. I had a Pokemon Sun. I never got the new generation. He's joking that I said I was going to get a Pokemon game, and then I never got around to getting it. Also, he can fight me.
uh, yeah, that was another thing. Like I didn't play anything between first gen and now Sword and Shield.
It's like,
Uh, I played both red and blue, and then I got Shield.
Parker, you know why. You know
I'll
why
play
I
Among
won't
Us.
play Among Us with you.
And then now because again I didn't own any of the handhelds, but now that they're bringing things to the Switch as far as Pokemon are concerned, now I
They're
will
just
actually
unlockable.
like they're doing the remake, right, of what is it, uh Diamond and Pearl, I think it was.
They're doing another one?
Uh
Didn't they do that already?
was it? Yeah, see, Parker, yeah, Diamond and Pearl remakes, yeah. So they're gonna bring those to the Switch, and I'll play those because then it gives me something else to play with my kids. And then they have that newer what's the other Pokemon game that they're gonna come out with soon? Um, I don't even remember it, but that one looks really good too.
It's like I stopped caring about Pokemon after the 12th movie came out. I
Well, I
was
didn't.
like, okay, this is ridiculous.
There it is. Yeah, that's it.
Pokemon Arceus?
Mhm.
Legend of Arceus?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds really cool, actually.
Yeah, that's it. That one looks actually really good.
Arceus
but
was
for
in
me,
the 12th movie.
Essentially, I probably wouldn't care about Pokemon. But since I have kids, like I'm bringing them into that world because they already love Pokemon and they've been watching the show, and then now I can actually show them some of the games.
I really should say this. I just stopped really focusing on Pokemon after the 12th movie came out. Pokemon's fine. I'm bored with it because it hasn't changed enough for my tastes, but
Mhm.
it's like the latest Pokemon games I did want to get my hands on were, I don't know why I want Let's Go Eevee. Probably because I'm not starting with Pikachu for a change.
I
And then
got
Pokemon
that
Snap.
as well and play with my kids, but I got bored with that because it wasn't really like the same mechanic of what I was used
I
to.
think I think it
So
required you to have Let's Go whatever Pokemon Go.
no, it didn't.
Did it?
You could, and you could combine the two. Like you could bring the Pokemon that you've gotten from Pokemon Go into that world, but you didn't have to have it.
I had someone I had someone ask me a couple years ago if I actually played Pokemon Go, and I didn't know what to tell them. It's just because I didn't like the idea. It just felt weird. Like, okay, now they're really getting desperate to keep Pokemon afloat.
You got Pikachu. That's right. When Pikachu was fat, which I still love that
Alright.
Pikachu.
The only Pokemon cards I ever got were one of Kyogre and Groudon.
I have no.
I don't know where they went.
I have no
That's
idea
like
who those
Gen-
even are.
I think those are Gen 3. They're in Pokemon Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald. Two variants of the fat Pikachu.
You might have 2K just sitting in your room. That's true. That's right. Nancy, you've talked about that before. Yeah, I wouldn't know what the majority of the Pokemon are now.
I don't.
Just, like, because after Gen 1, no idea.
It's like I'm much the same way. I kind of stopped caring after 151, and it was just like, here comes another 150, and another, and another, and now it's just like, okay. I'll
I
remember.
mean,
my
I know that
favorites
they
and that's-
changed some mechanics of it, but it was never enough for me to like go, ooh, I want to go buy the whatever, the DS or the 3DS or whatever it may have been at the time. Like it was never enough for me to go, oh, cool, yeah, I'm gonna go buy that now. It's just there's a lot of resurgence of things like when I was a kid that I see come back around. Like, this is amazing. Although, I mean, when the couple of times that I've been over to Japan, was always a huge thing over there. Disc readers are becoming popular again in PCs. What? Why?
I mean, I needed a disc reader so I could play an old game. Happen to have one lying around.
I find it very odd anytime I see a pre-built or even just basic computers that I see that thing still has a disk drive. Why?
My old tower still has a disc reader in it.
My case
That was before I
has
updated.
a spot for that. Like, I don't need that. There's only been very rare times that uh I've ever needed a disc reader, but it's been for work. Like, well, can I get the software online? No, they only put it on the disc. They put it on a coaster? Why?
I think the only time I've ever needed a disc reader was actually back in college at SJSU. My job was where I worked. We were trying to like do some data transfer, and that meant we had to like pick up old like Betamax tapes
Oh God.
and turn them into a digital format. So we did have disc readers. We did have anything to make them digital.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, wow.
I
this
guess
is
we
old.
still got floppy disk and stuff in bins in my house somewhere. Nice. I just want games to come out where, especially on a console, and really for any game that comes out on any platform, no matter what, when you, especially if it's on disc, if you're buying like actual physical media, then when you put that game into your console, that it doesn't say, "Oh, I need to download the game."
I
Don't
do wish that wasn't a thing.
don't I already own the game? I'm pretty sure I put the game in. Why do you need to download the game?
That happened to me with it was Supreme Commander 2, back when retail was still more of a thing. I had bought the game retail, and when I went to install it, I was like, "Oh yeah, we need to download this on Steam." It's like, why? I have like you said, I have the retail. Why do I need to install it on Steam?
I just yeah, updates, security, piracy concern. It's a whole thing. Uh, I get so annoyed with it. And then also on top of that, any like oh yeah, day one patch. What? Why did you put out a game that requires me to have a patch already? Couldn't you have put out a game that was ready to go?
I'll warn you that depending on the thickness of my beard, I either age up or age down.
Easy way to test someone's age as no blockbuster. Yeah. What's a blockbuster?
Dot, you are 3 years off. Which direction? I will let you guess.
Well, considering that you've already been through college.
Hey, there are some young kids out there that have been through college already, so yes, I am 26. Very soon, that'll be 4 years different, so I'll be 27 this year.
I remember going to Blockbuster at 8, and that was the last time I remember going. Nancy's been once. Oh my God. I remember going every Friday, it felt like. Going to Blockbuster, getting a game or getting a movie for the family. It was awesome. I don't think so.
I mean, I like when bless him, when my grandfather was still alive, anything he did I thought was cute. So, and he was like 84.
Yeah, Horker, I've seen those people before. I'm like, you still have that? You amazing. You still have that Blockbuster ID, like the little keychain thing. That's astounding. yeah, the grandfather thing. Like, oh, you're so cute, granddad. You're so cute.
Come on, I can't even. I love them dearly. All right, I'm sorry.
No, that's perfectly fine. It just in your own head, like in my own head, it just like why did it play out that scenario? Like I'm more than sure that your granddad did cute things because he loved you dearly or loved your family and this was what
he just. I couldn't find a better word to describe it. Just like everything he did was like, oh, grandpappy.
Yeah, that was like my grandma. So my dad's mom. She was the nicest and cutest person that could ever be. And anytime my dad would tell us stories about her, like, yeah, she would if we were late coming home or if we didn't do one thing, like she would get so mad and we would get spankings and things like that. That doesn't sound like grandma at all. I don't know who you're talking about. That sweet old lady over there? Psh, no.
My grandfather was the most soft-spoken person in my entire family. He just is like, was like a speech to him.
Oh yeah, that's the same thing for me from being Mexican. My grandma barely spoke any English, which was great. Because she would go, she would bounce back and forth between the two, like as much as she could. But it was always great. And then, yeah, Mexican family, I'm more than sure that I have tons of family members that I have never even met. Or if I have, it was when I was an infant. As I remember before I left home, like the family reunions that they would have every year, some random person would come up to me and hug me and go, "Oh, I haven't seen you since you were like this little." Like, why are you touching me? I don't know who you are. Who are you? Like, oh, I'm your I don't know what the hell that in relation they would be to me. Some family member, but like, I've never seen you in my entire life. I don't know who you are. So that was always interesting going to family reunions for that. Like, I don't know who these people are.
I think I've only been once. Didn't really appeal to me very much.
No. I haven't been to one since I left home. I constantly get nagged about it from my mom. So, family reunions coming up? No.
I refuse.
There's not even more words than that. I'm just, no. That's it. Anytime she brings it up. So, the family reunion? No. Next topic. It is 12 now. Means I officially have to get myself ready for work.
Oh,
Boo
no.
work. Not boo work, because work provides me money and insurance and all the things that I need to exist. Family reunions are hard to get back once they break down. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I just didn't care for them because it was just a bunch of people that would constantly come around and say, "I haven't seen you since you were this little." I'm like, so where have you been? Were you hiding from the law? Were you on the run? And it's just people I haven't seen in ages or family that never got together. I'm just never a fan of them. I have my family that I stick with, and then there goes Iron again. Oh, poor Iron.
These days, this thing to stop doing that.
Just all of a sudden went whoop. Gone. There we go. All right. You always wanted a twin. And oh, there goes your camera. I take it you're getting set up for your stream, so your camera is being taken.
It wasn't on purpose. Turn on, damn you.
There it goes.
It doesn't want to turn on, honestly.
All right. We will say goodbye here then. 'Cause you got your stream to set up for. I gotta get ready for work.
Yeah, I've got 30 minutes to set up.
All right. No problem. Iron, thank you for joining me. Thank you for essentially being the first time return guest, because you were on here with me when I was testing everything. Getting things set up that one night.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah. I always like
We'll
it.
try and come back on again next time.
Yeah. We'll do some spacing out. We'll get some other people in. That way you have time for more stories and things like that, and we can chat about that. Because otherwise, people run out of things to talk about really fast. I don't know how people are able to do, like, the same set of people are able to do a podcast like week in and week out, and just how do you have so much to talk about?
I think it would largely depend on the crew.
Mm-hmm.
As Achievement Hunter could do it all the time just because their lives are just so busy and awesome.
Oh yeah. So.
I can start to, but I'd have to talk about like work or something. You're like, hey, check this out. Work really was like this today.
Yeah, work can be pretty boring for me because if nothing's really happening, it's like I'm just sitting at my desk. I wander around the building. And that was it. Cool. I did.
Oh,
That was what I did for the day.
mine's gonna be anything but. I just am not sure how much I can talk about it. Because
All
it's
right.
being recorded. It's not like I'm talking to someone over the phone. It's not being recorded.
Right. So, Iron, thank you again for joining me. It is fantastic having you on because it's somebody else for me to talk to, and I enjoy having these conversations. Because you have an interesting life as well, especially with just working at Six Flags and everything else that you've gone through. And I quite enjoy it.
I'm glad that you find me worthy of hanging out.
All right, Iron. Have a good day. Everyone in chat, please show some love for Iron, and we will talk to you again later.
Cool. I'll be around.
All right, sounds good. Have a good one, Iron.
You too.
Will do. So, everyone, thank you for being here. I very much appreciate that. Tomorrow will be a day off for me, and then I'll be back on Wednesday. And I haven't fully decided what I'm going to stream. I'm leaning more towards one game. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, thank you all for being here. Happy Memorial Day. Please, if you haven't, take at least a moment to remember all the people who have served for their country and put their life on the line and given their life for doing the basic things that we take for granted sometimes. So, we'll end it as we always do. Please, take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourself. You are the most important thing that you have. So, please, drink water, eat food, and get rest when you need it. And if you're feeling down, please reach out to somebody, a trained professional, and seek help if you need it, or if you just need to reach out to a friend. That's perfectly fine. Please, take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next stream. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you again for being here, and I'll see you all around. Hey, if you liked that video, be sure to give it a like. And if you'd like to catch Monday Morning Mumbles live, be sure to follow me over at twitch.tv/JB_SS. And as always, take care of yourself. Bye.